Welcome to Shawnee Union. In this week we're going to talk about a photographer and his camera. The photographer was Ren Hang. Before you Google him, just a warning, a lot of his images are not safe for work. A lot of them have a lot of sexual imagery, a lot of nudes, and then the reason I like him is because he's really distinctive. So when you look at Ren Hang's work, you know instantly it's a Ren Hang, and he also has a very clear vision for what he wants to do. So to me, he's a really inspirational photographer and a really good photographer. So that led to the next thing, which was looking at his camera. So what did he use? And I looked at a couple websites and found out he used the Minolta Freedom Auto 110. So he was kind of a part of the snapshot culture of a lot of photographers using Snapshot. So Terry Richardson, Who Can Tell are both in that. I'll put out some images, but it was a really popular fashion style about 10 years ago. I still think it's around a little bit now, but they made it famous, and he was kind of, I think, a part of that, but he took it in a totally different direction. So I looked for the Minolta Freedom 110 on eBay, couldn't find it, so then I picked up the next version, the Minolta Freedom 115. So let's talk a little bit about the camera and the images I got on it. So the camera itself is very simple. You'll see here the 115 is the zoom length, so it zooms out pretty far. I'm never going to use it at that. I just use it at the widest length, which is 37.5 millimeters. Some very basic functions. Auto flash. On this version, the auto flash is actually stuck, so I can't change it. There's no flash, and there's also backfill. And then there's a self-timer mode as well. In terms of use, this is one of the easiest cameras ever to use. This was made for the consumer who didn't know much about photography. You didn't have to know anything about f-stops, aperture, shutter speed, or anything like that. You could just put your film in here and you were ready to go. So very easy to use, loads film extremely easy. And it's a really light camera. The one issue I have with the camera, the viewfinder is a little bit small, so if I'm putting it up to my face, it takes me a second to adjust to it and to see. So on other snapshots or point and shoot cameras, I don't have that issue. So on this one, the viewfinder for me didn't work very well. So how do my images look? So when I shoot with this or the Olympus stylus, I'm looking for a specific type of look, and that's a washed out flash. And I take these cameras with me when I go to parties or go out at night, and I don't want to carry a DSLR or rangefinder, and they can slip into your pocket, and then you can take pictures of people or just things around. So the images I took of people, I'm doing a project where I'm taking 50 portraits of 50 strangers. I'm going to be using this camera the whole time, and they came out exactly how I thought. And the flashes were really bright, and they fill in people's wrinkles, they make them look just a little bit smoother and a little bit better. So this is why pictures with these cameras really do come out really well. I did some landscapes too, and I think that those turned out okay. Nothing to write home about. It could be the film choice that I used. I was using ADOX Color Explosion. So I think next time I'll take this out, I'll be putting Fuji Superia in it. A film stock that I'm much more familiar with. But I think the landscape stuff came out okay, but definitely something that I'm going to take to go out with, to shoot people with, not really to shoot landscapes. So in the end, I really wanted to see if you really could get great images out of a camera like this. And I should have known. You know, Ren Hang was using a camera like this, and he wasn't great because he was using a cheap camera. He was great because he was a great photographer, but that's the mystique for me in cheap point and shoot cameras, that you really can get really amazing stuff. And then when you tell people, like, I got it with like this $10, $20 camera, I think I really like that response. So that's why I keep on going for them, keep on trying to look for them and collect them. But in the end, Ren Hang's work was great because he was a great photographer and he had great subjects and he knew what he was doing, not because of the camera he was using. And these are cheap consumer level cameras. Was doing any of the magic, like he was doing that. So are there any cameras that you guys use that are pretty cheap, pretty not collectible, that you think get great results and most people overlook? Let me know in the comments. And then hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys did, remember to like it and subscribe, and then I will be back again next week. It's like the 5th time I do this one. Hope it works.